Good morning everyone, welcome to my channel. It is Junk Journal July, it is the 17th, it is Sunday. I can't believe we are over halfway through our project. I'm now looking at a prompt that says go to palette. So what I think I will create is a palette of fabrics, another fabric flip, but this time it's going to be the fabrics that I've been using so far in a flip that I can cut bits and pieces from to add throughout my journal as I'm sort of moving through the process of journaling on the so-called holiday to Japan that isn't even booked, don't know when, but at least I will have some fabrics. So I grabbed a piece of cardstock that was a scrap, didn't have to cut it, it is what it is. It is big enough to slide into a pocket. It's big enough to be clipped in somewhere. So I'm sort of liking the size. I love what's on the back, but more so I like the fact that this is quite neutral. So what I am going to do is I've just pulled in here all my fabrics that I've been using. I'm going to create, there's a piece all ready to go. And the right size. He is a definite. Needs an iron, but anyway, it'll be right by the time we finish here. So he's accounted for. Maybe some blue next. I love that. So I'm going to put that next. Maybe over a little bit so I can see that blue. What else have we got here? I won't be able to include all of them because it'll be too bulky, but I just want to put together a little selection of some interesting things. I do like that, and I do like that, but and I like that. No, it's going to be too much. Maybe I need a second palette that has the indigo dyed items on it because I really like that as well. So let's just leave that there. Oh, then maybe I need a neutral one as well. Stop. Oh no, my journal is just not going to have any room in it for anything. It's just going to be an eclectic collection of random stuff. Just crazy. Oh, I love that. I was hoping to use that in a future prompt in its entirety. Tucked away, black and white. Black and white. Maybe I do navy and white and do something with this. Yeah, I'm going to keep that to one side and not include it because it's gorgeous in itself. I think that could be something. Whether it go, oh, I don't know. I'm not going to use it. What else have we got? I do like that. I think a piece of that could be added. I need a little bit more red. And a bit of this and a bit of that. See, this piece here is interesting too, but I haven't found a home for it. Maybe I put it in my flip and it'll find a home in the future. Just going to cut a piece of red fabric off here. I'm not sure what size I need yet, but I'll just cut that off and see if it needs to be. I like that. Where's my fabric scissors? Make it easy on myself and use the right tool for the right job. Okay. That also needs an iron, but that won't matter because it's going in there. Oh, don't you just love navy, red and white? Stunning. Just like our Aussie flag. Navy and white. And red with the Union Jack. Just beautiful. Look at the colours. Oh. What else do we need? We might put, what's in this? we could add. Maybe we're getting smaller and smaller, but that's okay. Is that a useful piece is the question. Probably not. Maybe I fold that like that, and then I can snip little pieces off. We're starting to get an interesting sort of finish to the project at the very top. Calico. When in doubt, calico. I know book page is our when in doubt, lay down some book page, but calico for me is that. Oh, I have this stitched piece here. I wonder, oh yeah. I wonder. I'm just going to try something. I don't know if it'll work. I'm just going to undo that stitching at this end. I might snip it. There's probably a little dab of glue there. Yep, I got it. I'm going to try and get it back. Get rid of this white. I'm not digging that. I'm going to try and get it back to at least there. So I need 2 more stitches removed. Like so. I'm going to try and knot it on this side of the fabric so that it matches the other side and has that little tassel-y look the other side has, because that's the wrong side of the fabric. When I would have stitched this, it would have been that way, but I'm loving how that looks, and I'm just gonna cut it past there a little bit. Scrap. Put my scrappy bits back together. So I'm sort of doing what I've got here, just a bull clip scenario that's been holding my fabrics together. Get rid of the needle before it's in amongst all my fabrics and turns into a dangerous weapon, which happens. Let me get rid of that. Okay, so we have that there and that there. So if I get that right up the top, it'll look like it's holding, and I can glue that down onto the page. Where's the page? Let's have a think about this. How do we want this to actually work? It's a flip it up type scenario. So I need these fabrics to be all together and secure together so that they're, or do I? If I don't, they're going to fly around everywhere, aren't they? So I could do with that being stitched. So they're forever like a notebook, your pages are stitched or glued in at the top. You don't want, do I want that piece going that way for a start too? Okay, let's just, so I've got 2 pieces of blue, 2 pieces of red, and I've got this guy, which I'm going to actually change the direction of it. That will give me more fabric to actually access. Yep, I like that. Do I need anything else before I finish this? Do I want a pop of that? No. Yeah, I'm liking that. So I'm just going to go to the sewing machine and run a zigzag stitch across that. I won't turn the camera off because it's only going to take me a moment. Okay. I'm still here, as Gail would say, talk amongst yourselves. I'm back. So I've created a flip now where everything is secure. All the pieces of fabric can be accessed, and there's some good sizes there so that it's not, you know, too skimpy. Am I still going to attach it to the card? I believe so, because I like the fact that it's like a sampler. Am I going to use this? Yes. And I think I'm just going to glue that down to the card. This will then glue onto there. It'll be all nice and secure, and then I can either let it float in the journal with a clip, or I can glue it down again because I'll have hangover everywhere that can attach it to an actual journal page like so. So it would become a feature. I'm reluctant to probably do that because as I use it, it will change its view. It's, you know, it's to be used, not admired. So I'm thinking that having it floating as I use it, by the time I get back from my holiday, there may be nothing left of it. So that's why I'm thinking, I wonder if I glue the muslin down so it's a tuck, then this slides under it like so. So it looks like it's holding it as a fabric, yeah. And then maybe I pop a paper clip. Yes, yes. I've got some beautiful rose gold paper clips that I picked up at Officeworks. And I know I want to send a few with me in the journal because you can never have enough paper clips. So what if we glue the calico down, then this slides up underneath and is movable. And then just to hold that piece in position, I've got my paper clip. That's what we'll do. Does that make sense to everyone? Everyone listening? Everyone taking notes? Yep. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to put it on that page because I love the way that looks. So, first we're going to attach, where's the glue page? Before I get glue everywhere. Don't you love the problem solving that junk journaling or crafting in general gives us? I love the fact that we have to just stop for a moment and solve little problems. Sometimes we come up with great solutions. Sometimes it's a disaster. But then you have the challenge of, can you turn this disaster into something that, you know, is workable? Now I might just add a little bit of art glitter glue under there as well. I don't really want to because it comes through, but if I do a very small smear, at least it's just that little bit extra. Okay, so that looks like it's a permanent thing, but we know it's a tuck spot. But it's got no integrity, so it's not going to hold anything. And we could have backed it with card and, you know, made it stronger, but then we're adding bulk. And because this journal has a lot of fabric in it, the last thing we need is bulk. Now, this little swatch could end up being used for something in the journal. So I've decided I'm not going to attach this to it. I'm going to leave it all separate. It gives it support while it's in this position, but it's also a piece of card that could be used to decorate if I was so wanting a snippet, because it's just beautiful. I love that. So these elements can be separated. At the moment they appear that they are together. I've attached the fabric to itself, so that is at least together. That will slide up under there, like so. It looks like it's all part of it. And now I can add my rose gold paper clip, which I know I will need at some point in the journal, so I might even put 2 on it. 1, 2. So I've got 2 paper clips in my package ready to go. I've got a little sample of fabric ready to go, plus I've even got tucked up under there a piece of cardstock that could be used as well. And if that cardstock was to go and be used, it's sitting on a background that I absolutely love anyway, because look, I picked it to some degree when I started this, and I've got some paper clips with me. So either way, I have a palette of fabrics that can be used in my journaling. Now, I want to do another one because I think that is great. So let's turn it over. No, let's just leave it to one side. I've got another idea. So let's use this and some indigo fabric and make just a small one. And we'll use that piece there. And make a little indigo fabric inspired one as well. So I just need some neutral colours in there. I love the selvage, so I'm going to leave that selvage on there. So it's got a little bit of interest. That little one there. Yeah, so it's just a few random pieces. I think I might get rid of that altogether and use that one. So once again, we've got some snippets of fabric in a cluster to be used. Do I need anything else? What's in here? I haven't got any of this dark blue with that circle. I do love that. Maybe we need a piece of that. And a piece of that. Yeah, I like that. Just going to pop a pin in that. We have another little pack of fabric that can be used in our journaling. Except this time, because they're a lot smaller, I'm going to stitch these, I think, with white thread. Yeah, I should have a needle already. So that'll hold it all together, but I can break it apart into individual elements. And because I'll have white thread with me, I might add a bigger piece. What am I going to add? Maybe I'll put this on some calico. You can never have enough calico in your stash. Yeah, I like that. I just put a piece of calico behind it. So in itself, those elements alone would be a lovely little pack of fabric. I just spotted some jean fabric because we've got to have a little bit of that as well. Let's add a little bit of denim. Gee, this is enough for a little project in itself with a bit of imagination. So I'm going to now pop a little knot, which I've already done. Have I got enough thread? I think so. I'm going to just stitch through everything with a running stitch, which can be easily removed. That other one that I made, I used the sewing machine and did that zigzag stitch. It's a little trickier, but you know, at the end of the day, I could easily undo that as well to break it down into pieces, but the pieces at least are a little bit bigger. So I could certainly snip away quite a lot there to decorate some bits and pieces, but I won't be able to, you know, do a lot with it. But if I did want a pop of red through the journal somewhere, I could certainly snip a little bit off. This in itself, I'm thinking, is a project. A snippet of fabrics ready to go, bound together with this white thread. And this white thread would be used to actually do some stitching, most likely on something. I've got some calico in behind. I've got some base fabric there. I've got some denim, not a lot, but a bit. So the denim could have a little flower or something embroidered on it, you know, oh, endless. But that in itself is just a little pack of fabric that could be used in a project. Okay. So it's a fabric flip that is themed to indigo. Slightly different to this one. So this one could probably go just even into a pocket, or I could do as I did before. Maybe if I open this up and turn it this way, maybe I add that there. Oh yeah, look at this. This whole signature is turning into a collection of bits and pieces. So let's do a white one. And I think that paper clip is actually enough. Yeah, one would be enough because it's such a big paper clip. One is enough to actually hold that. Let me have a little wriggle. Yeah. So now let's do a white version. So we've got all our white fabrics. Maybe that's where this comes in. So I still get to take him. But we look at, oh, look at that. By doing this little project, I'm probably going to need to go to my stash of fabrics and pull some more out because I'm putting a bit of a dint in this. Yeah, I'm going to include it. I know it's for whites, but I like the fact that this cheeky, oh, look at that. It's so beautiful. It's like a muslin. Don't want to cut it because it's in its entirety. It's just a good size. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to just put them on top of each other as they are. So they're pretty much the size that I got from Bitten by the Bug. So perfect little size. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once again, I'm going to put a little bit of calico in there as well because you can never have enough of that in our stash because we're going to use it a lot to give us a base. So there's the calico. And I'm wondering if I use this as the topper this time. And I fold it over and then it's with us, but it gives us a pop of that colour. The only thing to consider is I'm folding the fabric and I won't be able to iron fabric because I'm travelling. But hotels have irons, don't they? Is it going to make too much of a fold? It's a very soft fabric. I guess it's not. Or I use a piece of this because I do so love it. I use a piece of that to create the feature at the top. And I think this time, again, I will stitch those fabrics together. There's my needle and thread, because I can undo it and I can re-stitch them back together. I'm going to make a feature out of it too. So I'm going to put the knot so that it is like so. I feel like I could probably add something else there. Just a little bit of white. What else have we got? Can't help myself. Yeah, we've got that. Oh, it's just getting thick. Yeah, all sorts of little goodies in that pack. Now I'm just going to go through again all of the fabrics. That'll hold the swatch together. Just with a running stitch. Can easily be undone, can easily be replaced. And I can take out whatever I want, stitch them back together. Plus I have, if I'm in a hurry, I can snip it, remove the piece I want, and use the paper clip to hold it until I can get a moment to re-stitch these back into position. So my palette is a combination of the fabrics that I've been using. I've got an indigo blue palette. I've got the red and the navy prints. Probably don't have enough of those because I love them, but I've got plenty here that I can at least do something. Maybe I create a navy blue one as well. So I'm now coming up, and I'll just get rid of that needle, and I'm just going to knot that there. Oops, stop. I've got my knot on the wrong side and I wanted to make a feature of it. Okay, I jiggered that up. So I'm just going to undo that. No, I'll leave it. It can be different to the other one. I'm going to have it simple there and my knot there. So I can just snip that knot and pull it out. So that's not an issue. So they're now secure. A lovely little neutral palette. So let's put all these bits and pieces out of our way because we have finished with white. Not many little bits left. We've got reds and we've got blues and we've got our indigos. We've got a little bit of calico hanging around as well. There's some more whites that we didn't use. Should we do, and we will, because we can, I'm going to do a couple more of these fabrics because I just love them. I only picked out a few. There's obviously, oh, look at that. Oh, I'm just having a moment. Look at that. Oh, isn't that pretty? It has to go with me on holiday. Oh, I love that. Look how dark that is. He's got to go. Enough. Stop looking. Can't help myself. Okay, that's enough. Stop it. All right, so we've got a big long piece. We might pop that in there, that there. What have we got left over here? Got a little bit of this scroll. Might have to take him on holidays. We'll leave the selvage because that gives a different sort of look as well. I'm going to have no fabric left to actually work with for the rest of this month. Do I tuck him in? I think I will. Just not coming together. That's better. That's better. That's better. Then we might just pop this piece of calico. No, we can do better than that. No, we can't. We're going to use the calico. The problem is it's got a knot in it where I stitched. Can I remove that? Or did I add glue? Yep, I got it. It does have some holes there from where the stitching was, but that doesn't matter. And we have another little fabric flip ready for my journal. Yeah, loving that. So I might once again just stitch them together because I'm really loving that idea because it's versatile. I can undo it. I have big plans for this fabric other than this journal. Was why I actually ordered it. I plan to make some, let's get that knot the right side before we go any further. Yeah, I was going to say, I plan to make a few projects using this fabric and stitching things together. So I am, you know, dipping into it a lot. There's some denim. Maybe we have a piece of denim in there as well. So it is sort of, you know, I'm dipping into it. They're disappearing into the journal packaging. So I hope that I'm not going to regret that, because what if I don't get to Japan for a few years? I'll go ratting through the journal and I'll be pulling these out to use in a project. That's a crooked cut. I've just tucked in behind there a little bit more of that denim. There was only a little piece in that other flip and I want a little bit more. So let's now stitch this. I want my knot this side and this will secure them all along the top, and I can just clip this into my journal. Okay, how are we going for time? 35 minutes. I'm nearly done. We'll just stitch this. I love the fact that I can pull it apart and then stitch it back together. So my snippet is literally going to be, my fabric flip is just going to be evolving. So as I come across bits and pieces of fabric in my travels too, I can add them into this. So my palette can just adjust according to where I am and what I'm doing. My palette is storing things for me to use in a project. If I'm sitting around waiting for a plane or, you know, sitting in an airport, I can pull my journal out, grab some fabric, a needle and thread and just stitch something. Doesn't have to be a massive big project. I want that through to this side, don't I? You know, it doesn't have to be this big epic thing. It can be just a little bit of needlework wherever I may be. That's a great thing about needlework, is it's very easy to travel with. Paper crafts is a little bit more of a challenge. Okay, little knot there just to secure those. So I finally got that one right. All right, so we now have those two. We have the paper clip on the inside as well. So I'm just going to slide that into there, and that'll hold that one and that one into there. Whether they stay there, who knows? But at least now I've got them sorted. So I literally have one signature dedicated to the reds and the blues, and I've got some cardstock there as well if I need it for something. It might even have a piece of, I might do a piece of stitching and then attach it to that card. That'd be nice as a backing. Then I've got some neutrals, I've got the blues, and then on the other side I've got my indigos. So I'm loving that. So that whole signature is dedicated to a palette of fabrics. Okay, everyone, I will leave it at that. That was great. Love it. A very handy little element to our journal. Okay, I will leave you all in peace and see you all soon. Bye.